Hello. Oh, that flipped us.
Yeah, dude. I'm on the other side. Welcome, everybody, to a well overdue Hardworking Man live stream. A little late at night for the East Coast people, but we wanted to have it so some of the West Coast people could get in because a lot of times they say it's too late.
Well, this is the same time that Dan does his.
Does he do it at 8 or 9?
He does it at 8, but they're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin people.
So it's the same time. That's why I chose this time.
I know, because she's super smart. That's why I hired her.
Heath didn't even know we were going live tonight.
I didn't know it was Sunday. When you work, so at my job, I don't work Monday through Friday or whatever. I always work different days. So everyone at my work, we all understand no one ever knows what real day of the week it is. We know what day. So for me, today is Friday because I'm off the next 2 days. So it's Friday today. But in real life, it's Sunday. See, nobody knows. So like we all understand it, but still our spouses, I've been there for almost 16 years and Rachel still doesn't know that I never know what day it really is in life.
Well, there is a calendar. I don't know.
I don't know.
He doesn't ever know or pay attention to what's going on. I see Logger Jason is in. The countdown to Bunyan is on. What are you doing on your phone?
I'm trying to find our thing so I can see the stuff.
What stuff?
I don't know.
Can't pry that phone out of this man's hand.
Oh, please. I got way less hours on it every week than you.
I listen to audiobooks for hours, Heath.
Yeah, I listen to educational audiobooks.
Do not.
Self-help.
So,
Jeremiah's here. Ralph's here. Len's here. Kenny's here. All kinds of people. Dick's here. Dick, I know. You weren't on the live the other day, Thirsty Thursday. Dick was worried about you getting him into trouble again at Bunyan. Larry and Robin.
You're the one who got into trouble, I think.
No, you did. You had Dick's shoe flying off.
I don't know what
here.
you're talking about. Todd.
Oh, Jack, that's a hard-working shirt. You must have got a lot done today.
Todd Cup is howdy from Ionia.
So Lily's Farm and Firewood's here. Everybody's here. Ionia. You said Todd? Yeah, Todd. Todd, are you a deer hunter by chance? Because I'm curious if Ionia's getting hit with EHD again, because I'm from the west side of the state originally, and EHD is on fire over there. She is good looking, Ralph.
Thanks, Ralph.
I feel bad that you never say anything good about me, Ralph. I'm starting to think you only watch the channel for Rachel. But so over here, we haven't been hit with EHD, which if you guys aren't deer hunters, EHD is epizootic hemorrhagic disease, and it kills deer like, I think within 24 hours. There's midges that lay their eggs in the mud. So when you have a drought year, which on our side of the state we're not having, but when the water recedes, those eggs hatch. And then the midges, when the deer go drink, the midges go in their nostrils and they give them EHD and it kills them like within 24 hours. So when you see deer acting crazy and not afraid of humans, that's what it is. And it's really bad in some areas. And I know Ionia probably 10 years ago got hit real bad with it. So I'm curious if he's a deer hunter and knows anything about that. But
yeah, Dick.
Ted's here. Ted, you're not saw surgeon. You're not making it to Bunyan this year, correct? I think I picked that up in the last Thirsty Thursday, I think.
How do you say anybody home?
I don't know. We're home.
We are. Everything.
Yeah, Ted's not making it.
Drinking everything.
Have you got Joe's Ultra back yet? He's broke the recoil on her now. Well, actually, the King of Firewood broke Joe's recoil.
Who's the King of Firewood?
That's Joe's brother. He calls him the King of Firewood. I'm not sure what his real name is. Joe Barney's brother.
It's not Mike, right? That's his friend.
Yeah, Mike Geist is his friend. Joseph Gilbert, didn't you win the Mingo marker from Dick from Old Guy Firewood? I think you did. See, I pay attention to a lot of stuff that you guys don't know I pay attention to.
Thanks for watching, Steve. Glad you're joining us tonight.
Yeah, I've never tried a Mingo marker. I don't know. I like my chalk and I like the Firewood Pro Sizer, the laser. The laser does have some drawbacks though. Like I run multiple saws and you got to have one per saw. And when you're felling trees, the laser's not great. And there is drawbacks to it, but there's drawbacks to everything. But I've never tried the Mingo marker, but I know a lot of guys like it.
Heath wanted to leave early to go to Bunyan. in the morning to get down there.
We were gonna,
but
then my son messed everything up.
Yeah, Zach hurt his knee, and we had to have an MRI done on it. Thankfully, they first thought there was going to be like a torn meniscus or torn ACL, and so he was like in a brace and on crutches for a week and a half until we could get the results back. And they said there's nothing torn, so thankfully no surgery needed, but they wanted to do some physical therapy. And the lady first was booked out for 5 weeks till we could get in, and then they called and said we have an opening Thursday at 12:30. So after that appointment, we'll head down.
As soon as he's done, we're leaving.
So we'll
make sure we're packed up.
We'll probably not get down there until like 7 p.m. on Thursday now.
So we got Logger Jason. The Dyna's great for bucking up logs. I almost wish, because I love the Dyna and it processes the logs, but it does give you some bigger splits and causes resplits. I wish you could run them through that and then completely eliminate the wedge so you could just kick rounds out, because then I could run them through other splitters, because making content, you got to do all different things. The perfect stick, I saw that mentioned. I've never tried a perfect stick. I did have something pretty similar. I bought it years ago. It had like a air chuck, and you put a special stud on one of your chain nuts or nuts, and you would clip that on there. And it was a very similar concept, but it was on the chain or the bar nut. So it was a lot back further, and it was all right. I liked it at first, but I didn't love it. I saw something else too. Oh, the kitchen. Is the kitchen done yet, Dave? The kitchen is begun its process. So we got part of the old kitchen ripped out. We have the new kitchen, which is the second new used kitchen that I bought, like temporarily installed the lower portion of it. And I have to say, and Rachel will agree, it's going to be so much better once it's finally done, because
How could I not agree that once it's done, it would be better? The problem is...
Well, because it is a process. It is absolutely a process, Jack. I'm glad at least you understand that. And hopefully Taryn understands the process as well.
I need to figure out how I can use it's a process against you.
You don't. It's my process. But so as we've moved our fridge, and so and she moved the trash can and little stuff, and she's like, nope, don't like that. So we're in the... Like, we're not drawing something up on the computer. We're trying it in real life. We're moving stuff around and seeing how we like stuff where.
Because that's how Heath had to do it.
Yeah, because I don't have enough money to do it just straight up out the gate. I spend it all on other stuff.
He just wanted to physically put everything
Investments.
Be careful driving in Ohio. We try to keep it under 80 miles an hour.
Dude, I do not speed in Ohio. I go like, if it's 70, I go like 70.5, because they don't like people from Michigan, because we beat them in football all the time. Which time, and I'm surprised he's not here. He's probably still sad that I don't know if, I'm sure Ohio State destroyed Michigan State today.
I have no idea.
But I think that's who played. But anyway.
They did play.
Well, I don't
play.
Or
yesterday? They play on Saturdays.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But so in Michigan, like, all states are different. In Michigan, if the speed limit's 70, if you ain't doing 90, you're getting your doors blown off. Yeah. In Ohio, if it's 70, if you go 71, you're in the fast lane. Like, they don't play in Ohio.
Yeah, I don't think you guys understand how people speed in Michigan.
Jason, we will have the Dyna shirts. When are you getting there? Because we have a limited quantity, and we'll have them at the hotel. So that's your best chance to hit us up and get your shirt.
Did you say he's getting there Thursday?
Yeah, we'll be there Thursday. So if you hit us up Thursday, we'll absolutely have one. I would say I'll remember to save you one, but I can't promise to remember in anything.
He doesn't remember.
All right, hit us up at the hotel, Jason. As soon as we get there, it's going to be probably, I would say 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Probably 7.
Maybe 8. But as soon as we get there.
Same with Ted.
Dick will be, Ted needs one. He runs a Dyna. Jason, you run one too, right?
Yeah, so, he said something about needing an 8-way wedge for that.
So yeah, hit us up and we'll have them for sure by then. We're going to actually be, so Dyna requested us to be at their booth or their station. So we're going to be there Saturday from 10 a.m. till noon. We'll be at Allwood. We'll be at Easton Made.
Yeah, Allwood's coming this year.
Allwood's
those of you who haven't seen one in person, you'll get your chance to see one in person.
Neither of those guys have asked us to have a specific time. I know Easton Made. I mean, he's got
we'll just
huge
be hanging
following,
around.
but we'll be there a lot because those guys are a lot of fun.
We are scheduled from 10
to noon on Saturday at Dyna. So that will be, if you absolutely are like, oh my gosh, the only reason I'm going to Ohio is to meet Hardworking Man and maybe his wife Rachel. like that's where you could definitely meet me at, and we'll have shirts there until they're gone. But I have to believe that will take a big hit on the shirts with people knowing we're going to be there.
That's the only reason Nick Pixel's even coming.
Nick, I love your energy, Nick. Like I was happy to hear that you were going to be there. I know you've been busy with the family and with everything. Like if you guys don't know Nick Pixel, like Nick, his energy is off the charts. Yeah. Like there's not a lot of people that I think have a lot of energy like I do, but he has more energy, I think, than me.
Definitely. Nick should be like on TV. I feel like he's got the energy.
He should pair up with Joe Rogan. I'd pair up with Joe Rogan too, but he hasn't called yet.
Ted did answer your EHD question.
Oh, Todd,
sorry.
Yeah, that's good. I know so my brother owns property in Allegan County, and my other brother in Allegan County, but in Dorr. And he got hit a couple years ago too. But this year, he doesn't know that he has, but I know it was in St. Joe County, which is south, and I know it's in Kent County, which is north. So I'm pretty sure it's probably run through his. That's just devastating.
Dick says you need to try the Mingo marker. He wasn't a big fan until he forced himself to use it more. Now it's his go-to.
You know what I would love to have is the calibrated 16-inch eye like Joe Barney has. Joe Barney says he can cut 16-inch on the dot.
James Baton's going to be at the Dyna booth from 10 to 12 on Saturday.
We'll be there. Don't tell Andrew, James, you traitor. Oh, Ted, you got a nice buck. Yeah, we don't have, I love trail cameras, and trail cameras are so much fun. But every year on my property, I do different things, whether it's with the food plots or with our hunting strategy, because I always like to try and see what works. And I truly believe that trail cams, especially in high pressure states like Michigan, they spook mature bucks. I've witnessed it. I've watched mature bucks literally walk around a trail camera and get back on the path they were on. So I know they're there, and I know they recognize them. So this year I'm only running one, which is tough because you love getting those pictures. But I have 0 pictures of any good bucks. The best buck I had this year was probably a 3-year-old or maybe 4. And the neighbor kid hit him on his dirt bike and killed that deer, which the neighbor kid got lucky because he only got some road rash. But he hit our biggest buck on his dirt bike earlier this summer and killed it. And it's laying dead in my ditch. Well, it's probably just a rotten carcass by now, but
you only have one camera out there this year, though.
I know. So it's like,
you don't know what's out
it's like
there.
Hunting when I was a kid, when there weren't trail cameras. And then, when trail cameras first came out, they were film. So you would put a 36 shot roll of film in there, and then that cost probably $6-7. You'd put that in there and set that camera up. And then when you went and got it, you couldn't wait to develop it. So you would pay the premium price for the 1 hour developing. So the cameras cost $300, $400, $500, which back then was probably equivalent to now like $10,000 because of inflation. But so I borrowed my brother's friends once for bear hunting, and we put that thing up, and we went, and every picture was taken. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. So we get the film out, put a new roll of film in, rush, get the 1 hour developing, and I got 36 pictures of crows. It was probably one of the most like just crushing moments of my life.
Ted has a dandy whitetail he wants to show you. So
I know, I saw that. Any more loads of logs? We haven't even processed the first load of logs that we got, and they just called me to deliver another one. But I'll be honest with you, that load of logs wasn't near as nice as I thought it was going to be. So I don't know that I'm going to get another one. But one thing I was just contemplating trying today, because as much rain as we've had here, it's been tough to keep up. My roadside stands have been neglected this year. People are calling for wood, and I'm telling them I don't have it because I'm trying to, my good customers that I've had for a few years, I'm trying to keep them supplied. And I don't sell wood unless it's 20% or less. But I'm almost contemplating, like I've got the Dyna, I've got that 20 cord load of oak, which we've split a few cord out of. But I'm contemplating splitting a dump trailer full and just posting it as green oak and seeing if I can just turn it and then buy another load.
Dick's not going to wait in line to talk to us at the Dyna booth, but he'll come see us if we're there.
That's fair enough. You don't have to wait, Dick. We'll see you on Thursday.
I don't think there'll be a line, Dick, but
there might be with Rachel there.
No.
I would. You know what? Anyone who's in this live, come to the Dyna booth at 10 a.m. just in case there's not a line, and get in line. Because if people see a line, they'll be like, oh, what's going on there? And they'll jump in because they'll think it's something great. And it's just going to be us.
It's just us.
So I expect all of you to be, we're going to actually go through this chat after this, and we're going to write your names down.
I'm going to send you a message if you're not there.
And we're going to expect you to be in line.
You don't take the hangovers home, Jack. You leave them at the Fairfield.
I don't know who last year, who got the, well, that was in New York, I think.
Patrick did not have a great second day.
Well, Will Davidson just disappeared. I think that was in New York, though, when he won an axe and no one even knew where he was, and he just was like dead to the world.
Oh, hopefully that ultra is being raffled off.
We're going to make it by 10 a.m. That's why I scheduled it, to keep Rachel on the straight and narrow.
Please.
I am going to win that ultra, for the record. That is the ultra. So I don't know if it's just because it was probably the first nice splitter I ever ran, but way back when I started Hardworking Man, and I held all the blue. I have a hard time talking a lot these days. My brain's shutting down on me. But that splitter was, I want to say, a 22 or 24 second cycle time. And then I eventually souped it up and put a new cylinder and new hoses and got it down to, I believe, 12 or so, which wasn't bad for I had a hydraulically adjustable end wedge so you could push it through. It wasn't bad. Before that, I had a Husky 35 ton. But I went to Joe from Joe's Premium Firewood and did my first collab ever. We had maybe 100 subscribers, and I ran that Ultra, and I have loved the Ultra ever since because it's fast, it's smooth, it's not extremely expensive. And I don't know. I've just always loved the Ultra. So seeing that one at Eastern Loggers, I'm like, well, I'm just going to go win it then. He
just reposted that Facebook video because he did like live.
Yeah, we should.
When you went, and oh my gosh.
And somebody said that it's not, they can't watch it anymore. But it's on ours, I know.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know.
Yeah, the boys. I've gotten a little thicker since then. That was probably a little over 2-3 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
I bulked up a little bit.
Well, it was 2022, I think.
And my boy is like Nate. He's a senior this year.
Zach looked like a little.
Well, Zach is still, you can see his spine through his stomach. Yeah, but he grew like 5 or 6 inches this year. He's almost 6 foot. He's going to be taller than me in a minute. But Nate has gone from like little pudgy Nate to like
a beast.
He doesn't have a whole lot of body fat anymore, and
visible abs now.
For wrestling,
that's hard to get.
For wrestling last year, Nate, I mean, he missed the first half of the season with back-to-back opposite sprained ankles. So it's tough to keep at your wrestling weight. Your wrestling weight versus your walk-around weight is usually 10 to 15 pounds different. And so when he got back in at the middle of the season, he had to work to get to 165.
Yeah.
And the next weight class down is 157. And this year he's walking around at like 162.
60, yeah.
So last year at 165, being a little bit soft and a little bit pudgy, he was a freaking beast. So if this year he comes in a year older, more mature, more defined at 157, kids better watch out if he doesn't hurt himself.
Jack doesn't think we'll make it to Dyna until 1 p.m.
We'll be there at 10 to noon. We got to. That's why we locked the commitment down.
I'm the one who chose the time.
Yeah, Rachel chose it.
James is like, not happening. Well, I don't know why you guys.
You guys all going to try to sabotage us now on Friday night. The Friday Night Live, because Dan's probably terrified of us and Dick from Old Guy Firewood, because last year he thought we shut the whole show down. Because all right, so anybody who hasn't heard the story, so the first year ever that we went to the Paul Bunyan show, the first year Dan from Back 40 Firewood ever did his live stream from there, me and Rachel showed up. We had maybe 1,000 subscribers. I think we just hit 1,000. I'm like, I don't think anybody's gonna know who we are. We pulled in the parking lot, and I told Rachel, I'm like, that's Shibe. Like, there's Shibe. And there's Brad. That's Brad. Like, so all this. But it was, this community is like no other. So, like, it didn't matter if you had 1,000 subscribers or you had 50,000. Like, people don't care. They don't turn their nose up. Everyone just talks to everybody like you've been friends for years. But anyway, so I was a bit loud when I'm loud normally as a human, and when I drink, I'm louder because I'm a hearing disabled veteran. So I got some noise. I can't hear good, so I'm louder generally. And then when I drink, I get real loud. So me and Shibe were probably a bit loud that first year at the live.
Yeah, you egged him on. So
last year, and Jerry with a G is a whole nother.
Well, they weren't even there. You can't blame
that was
him.
second. That was the second year. But anyway, so they were like, "Oh, these guys are too loud," and Dan was trying to keep us quiet. Well, then the next year on Thursday night, we got there late, and we were out at the fire with Dick from Old Guy Firewood and his son Patrick, and there was the guys from the little automatic bagger VPAC. They were out there, and Rachel was checking their IDs, and
I did.
Rachel likes to check IDs to see how old people are.
I was like, no, I didn't, but I might have.
It was the year before, I think, when you checked Shibe's ID. You check.
And Jake and Chris.
Yeah. She takes all. She'll take your wallet right out of your pocket. So get like a biker wallet chain if Rachel's around.
That is enough.
But anyway, we're out there with Dick, and Dick had a few. I think he was on a second handle of vodka by the time we got there, and him and his son Patrick were doing pretty well.
They were waiting on us.
All I remember is Dick was sitting at the fire, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden his shoe went flying, and he goes, "What happened to my shoe?" And it went flying. But anyways, Rachel then was like, "Oh, I see an opportunity to be a bad influence." So she had Dick
because we wanted to mess with Dan.
So Dick texted,
and we knew Dan would not believe a word out of his mouth.
No, out of me. So Dick, who's
so like, he'll believe you. You're a good, honest man.
And so he text messaged Dan and said, "Hey, we were with Heath, and we just got kicked out from the outside fire pit for being too loud." So Dan was terrified.
Like, good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh my gosh, they're going to cancel the live stream. They're not going to let us do it." So he called hotel management, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like, what happened? Is everything okay?" Like, all this. Dan was worried as heck. So the next day we get to the show, albeit a little late, which is why these guys don't think we'll be there at 10 a.m. And Dick comes up to me, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like, we need to call hotel management." And I'm like, "For what?" And he says, "We got kicked out last night, and now they're not going to let Dan do his live." And I said, "Dick," I said, "we didn't get kicked out." I said, "You sent that text to Dan." And he goes, "No, I didn't. Dan called me. He's very concerned." So then Dick pulls his phone out, and he looks, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I did send that text." So he didn't remember sending it, and he was so worried that we ruined the Friday Night Live because of Rachel's bad influence. So
it was a good joke.
It was
it worked.
It was fun.
It was
so effective. Then when Dan saw me, he just was like, "You prick," or whatever. He yelled at me. He's like, "I hate you." So it worked perfectly because he was stressing.
I gotta see this. Jason
Ted says he didn't even notice us being loud.
No, I mean,
that's why Ted's one of my favorites.
Jason said he got one of those. Gosh, it's way back here now. Oh, I picked up the hyper split, brought it 10 miles home. When I got home, 5 of the 6 bolts holding the beam to the axle shackle had missing nut washers. Then realized the motor bolts, does it continue, weren't tightened down. The whole Briggs motor was wobbly.
All right. So with that, I will say, so I bought mine and it was assembled. Someone else mentioned that they bought one and they had to assemble it. So you have to realize the guys, if you buy any, like I got home and one of my dust covers on the wheel hub is missing. So the guys assembling these machines for the store. So that hyper split, for anyone that doesn't know what he's talking about, the other day, I was at Family Farm and Home buying some lawn fertilizer, and they had a brand new box store style log splitter out there, and it claimed to be twice as fast as the competition. And I saw it, and you know how I roll, so I'm like, I got to buy that thing. It says it's twice as fast. I'm going to see if it is. So I called Rachel, not really for permission because I asked permission, but
I don't know that it was an asking. It was like, "Hey, I think I'm going to do this." And I said,
"Yeah," because she could, if she straight hard vetoed, I wouldn't do it for a day or two.
Right. That's the truth.
But so she's like, "Whatever." So to me, that's like, buy one. She was like, "Yeah, let's buy a new log splitter." So I bought that thing and I brought it home. And so you have to realize because we met. So a little bit of history here. Rachel and I met. We both worked at Kmart. Actually, it was a big K. Well, it started as a Kmart when I worked there.
Doesn't matter.
And then, it does.
These are the
I
details
tell
that don't
backstories.
matter.
So we worked at Big K. So anyway, when I worked at the Big K or Super Kmart,
it wasn't a super.
Whatever it was. Oh, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so I would watch these guys that would come in to build the bikes that you buy off the shelf. And let's just say they weren't probably top dollar employees. Like they wouldn't necessarily put the bikes together correctly. So when you buy a box store splitter, like mine was pretty good, except that dust cap came off.
Kmart quality worker put it together.
I'm just saying the guys who build these machines that go on display, they probably don't crank the bolts down to torque. Or so anytime you buy something that's from a box store, whether it be Kmart, which I think the last one might have just closed, or Family Farm and Home, Tractor Supply, anywhere like that, whether it be a lawnmower, a log splitter, anything, if it's pre-assembled when you buy it, a grill, just go over and double check it, because there's probably some stuff that might not be right or might not be torqued right or whatever. But I will say so far that log splitter has been fairly impressive. We haven't put it to the test yet as far as strength goes.
We haven't done like a big round. We just did resplits, and it was fun. I thought it was.
We literally only have run it that one time. I'm going to get some hickory, because hickory splits tough, not probably like gum or whatever. But
like I hate resplitting on like when we had the 1222 or the Allwood. I hated resplitting.
They're not great resplit machines. They're fast.
But this one, I was like, this is.
It wasn't bad because the logs. I think because the wedge goes through, so the log stays there.
Yeah. Which
is why the verticals are great for resplitting. Which that was my last video.
Oh yeah.
Nobody watches it because Rachel wasn't in the thumbnail, but it's out there.
I didn't even edit that one, so
I did the whole thing. I recorded it, I made it, I edited it, I put it out there.
He's such a big boy.
I mean, who knew I had my own YouTube channel? But yeah, so anyway, that was a 1 hour story on how if you buy something from a store and it's pre-assembled, check it. Maybe even before you tow it home. So I towed mine home on a trailer.
The company Hypersplit is not assembling.
Right, they're not assembling them. It's somebody at the farm and home or somebody that they bring in to assemble them. Because like I said, someone else commented that they bought it and they got it home and assembled it, and they loved it up in Central Michigan.
Right. So I guess different levels will happen depending on who's working at the store.
Who puts it together? If they're having a good day, if they're a bit hungover, maybe. Who knows? But anyway. So someone else and I don't know if you can buy those hyper splits, if they're available nationwide or what, but I know in Michigan at Family Farm and Home, they're out there and they're on sale for $900, normally $1,300, I think.
Ben's Firewood bought a Yard Max splitter at Family Farm and Home and requested one that was not yet assembled.
Yes, see? Because if you put it together, and even like I've had expensive machines that, you're going to have a bolt come out here or there. And when I re-put something together, if a bolt comes loose, I use some Loctite on it, because why have it come loose again? And that Loctite should probably be used initially. But everything, the Coyote backhoe that I just bought, the backhoe was used, but I bought the subframe new. And it came with 2 right side brackets, and I needed a left side. And then some of the nuts and bolts that they sent me, one of the nuts had 0 threads in it. And some of the nuts and bolts didn't match up. They were different pitch. Like you would think these companies would figure that out, but it's not always the case. So
Shibe's in the house.
Shibe, welcome. We were talking about you earlier.
Yeah.
About the Paul Bunyan when you and Rachel were late on day 2.
He literally doesn't know what day it is. He doesn't know how many kids he has, but he remembers that one time 3 years ago, I didn't get out of bed before like 10:30.
I know I got 4 kids-ish. 4-ish kids.
Yeah, know what birthdays they have. Good luck. So we were just talking about. He doesn't remember anything that's actually good to remember, but he'll remember.
This is what she says. I don't control what my brain remembers.
He'll remember something to hold it against you, and
that's what she says.
You. Like I can't tell him any like good gossipy stories about anyone because then he remembers that and he's like, oh, is she the one that blah blah blah? And I was like, That was like 3 years ago. No,
I don't control.
But then he doesn't like that person because he heard one thing forever ago.
How can you hold it against me? What my brain
But you hold it against other people. That's the issue. You need to just let that.
I am allowed
away.
to do what I do. You are not allowed to do what you do.
Bill, I don't know if you should give Heath moonshine.
I ain't scared of no moonshine. I made some fake moonshine, the apple pie where you take Everclear, apple cider, some cinnamon sticks, some cloves, and I cooked up a batch of that. It is yummy. And I brought it to a work golf outing, and this one guy I work with, his pants fell down twice. And once was when he sank so it's pretty competitive. And this dude sucks at golf. He's terrible.
So competitive. You have 1 out of 4 guys who are actually adequate.
We only need one good guy to win. So I get him on my team every year. But then this other dude that doesn't golf and doesn't know what he's doing, he sank like a 50-foot putt on the 18th green with everyone watching to win the tournament for us. And then he whipped his shorts down and rolled down the hill. Meanwhile, all of our bosses were up in the clubhouse.
18th green is right at the clubhouse.
At the clubhouse, all of our bosses were up already finished, up in the window watching. And this guy... He happened to be the head of the professionalism committee, and they said, "What just happened?" And another officer says, "Well, the head of your professionalism committee just tripped on his shorts and rolled down the hill."
Oh gosh, Lager Jason's gonna bring you some good whiskey. He likes whiskey.
I like bourbon. I like whiskey. People are like, I bought a bottle of tequila the other day on some friends' advice. Last probably bottle I'll ever last bottle I'll ever buy. Rachel's a vodka girl. I'm a bourbon or whiskey guy. Mm-hmm. I'm not a rum person. Well, actually, the one I did find a kind of rum that I could drink the whole bottle.
I don't know that I don't even know what you mix rum with. That's how much I don't have rum.
But like Captain, stuff like that, nah.
No, I would do rum if it was like in like a fruity tropical drink, but I don't want all the sugar. You did
like the spicy cucumber martinis. What's martinis made with? You don't know? I don't know.
Gin? I don't know. I just order it.
I'm not a margarita guy. I'm not a tequila guy.
I do not. I am not a margarita girl. I do not like tequila.
What's my bourbon of choice? Oh, geez. I would say probably. So I go to Canada a lot, and you can. Wild Turkey Rare Breed in Canada is different than the Wild Turkey Rare Breed in the U.S. So the Canadian version of the Wild Turkey Rare Breed is probably my go-to when I can go over there and get it.
3 Green Acres Firewood is an assembler at Rural King 2 days a week, and he just put together 5 splitters.
Hopefully you tighten them bolts up. So if you guys have a problem if your bolts fell out, get a hold of 3 Green Acres Firewood.
Yeah.
No, we don't have any Rural Kings around here. We have Tractor Supply Company. We have Family Farm and Home.
I'm trying to think the last time I saw it.
Rural King, I believe, is further south.
Yeah, I think I saw one when I was down in Florida with our daughter.
I would love it if we had a Rural King because I think they have some cool stuff.
But they don't have this Family Farm and Home, so it's...
Right.
I don't know. Key lime crushes. What's in that, Jack? Sounds like I would drink it if there's no tequila.
I do like key lime pie. Spiced rum with warm apple cider. That might be all right. I ain't saying I won't drink. I'll drink a lot of
the problem
stuff.
Bill, why I say you can't give Heath whiskey or moonshine or anything. Heath doesn't just sip on it.
I go hard when I go.
Yeah, Heath drinks it like he does Old Milwaukee. He just chugs it. And then
Old Milwaukee, you make me sound poor.
There's Hams. Hams is his beer of choice.
I've been buying Hams or Natty Ice. I can't afford it in this economy.
I can smell his breath from across the room. That's such vile, gross beer.
Tom's here. I don't know if he's been here, but from Fate Farms, PA.
Oh, yeah.
He checked in. He doesn't know if he'll be at Bunyan. He's building a beautiful home, doing all kinds of cool work out there. I actually was talking about the chopping down a tree with an axe challenge today because I just delivered some of that birch from that tree I chopped down with an axe. And I said how big of a mistake it was to be so proud. I thought I could chop down an iron birch with an axe and almost died from it. People thought I was going to be the first person to die on a YouTube live stream.
Robin was very worried
I wasn't giving up.
That's why I didn't go live when I chopped my tree down.
No, and people thought we used a chainsaw. They're like, I see the chainsaw cut. Nice try. Like there was no chainsaw.
It was a small tree.
Speaking of axes,
but...
I got a pile of new axes back here. This bad boy right here, I got to make a video with. I'm gonna chop a tree down with that.
Jack thought you were definitely gonna die.
And dude, you guys, I'm a machine. Rachel calls me the machine.
Willie's Firewood drinks like you. All or nothing.
Willie's gonna be there too, and Willie runs an Allwood.
Oh.
And he had a makeshift handle on it, and Bobby just saw the video and was like, nope, send him a brand new handle. But Willie is also going to be getting a brand new log splitter he's adding. And I wanna say I feel like it might be a vertical of some form, but we'll see. So if you haven't checked out Willie's Firewood, check him out.
Jack, why didn't you do the you wussed out of that axe cutting tree challenge? Why didn't you do the?
Yeah, I thought you and Taryn were gonna go chop trees.
Yeah, you're gonna do the chaps challenge. What happened to that?
Yeah, Jack.
I didn't see anybody else do the chaps.
Shibe, I know Shibe can do it. And you're feeling better, so that'll work because you're gonna need to feel better because it's a lot more tiring. So Tom from Fate Farms PA, was he the one that initiated the challenge? I believe it was. This was quite a while ago. But
it was a year ago.
So Kenny from Open Air Adventures did it. Tom did it. Tom's wife did it. Mm-hmm. I did it. Rachel did it. And it was you just fell a tree with an axe. I did mine live, and then Tom was donating $100 to the local volunteer fire department. So I picked a big thick beech that literally, I'm not even joking, I had 2 of my Van Dusen axes out there, and when I got to the center of that beech tree, I swear I saw sparks, and I thought a T-post had grown into that thing because I'm like, I'm hitting steel right now. Like it was not. I shouldn't have picked a beech. That thing is no joke. But I'm about to fell another beech, so we're gonna cut down a beech because I'm trying to open up my wood yard so I can process that oak I bought. I'm going to cut down a beech, buck it up, throw it on the dyna, and we're going to turn it from a standing tree into firewood and an IBC tote and see how long it takes from start to finish. I've talked about this video for like a year now, and we're finally going to get to it.
Kenny says, no more trees. Get down with an axe.
Kenny, your video was awesome. So Kenny was like doing pull-ups on a branch, but he was really standing on the ground. So he just did some video magic there, like really warming up for cutting the tree down.
Logger Jason wants to know what size tree.
It was a pretty thick beech. It was probably 20.
You measured it. Go watch the video. We don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a bad because
we have no idea.
We did it on the phone, and we did it in the horizontal or the vertical thing, and we had a few issues. It was
live. We didn't record it to put it as a video.
I want to say it was probably a 20 to 24 inch beech tree.
21, 22.
And I wasn't stopping until that thing came down. I may have slowed a bit from time to time.
You did slow a little bit, but then you cheered.
Yeah, Tom almost killed me.
You cheered pretty great when it started going down.
Yeah. And then I was going to jump in the pond, and we lost signal. I think I did jump in the pond, but it wasn't on camera because
we don't have great service, Rob.
Ed just checked in from my cluttered garage. He's he's a little bit different than the Firewood, but he makes good videos. Check him out.
Southern New Jersey.
Anybody from the hurricane areas? I've been watching some like videos, some shorts.
North Carolina and Tennessee. Okay, so
Dick, did you get any of that?
Yeah, I guess I'm very ignorant in that. I was only worried about the hurricane in Florida because that's where my daughter is, and then I thought, okay, it's passed. She didn't get anything, and now I see all of the crazy stuff going on in Tennessee and North Carolina, and I'm like, why is it all flooding there?
Our daughter she's down in southern Florida, Tampa area right now. And so last year she was down there. So last year a hurricane's coming.
Yeah.
And we're messaging her like, Megan, what are you doing? Like get to safety. And she's like, everyone says nothing happens here. And I'm like, that's why everyone dies. Because they're like, nothing's gonna happen. And then all of a sudden they're drowning in water. And so she's like, I put my car up on the high level of the parking garage and whatever. And then the hurricane goes through and we text her. We're like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, nothing happened. And I'm like, well, that's dumb.
Yeah, because we're like, are they going to like close school? What are they doing?
And then this last hurricane I texted, it was the day before her birthday. It made landfall. And we're like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, it rained a little yesterday, but it's nice and sunny out
it's
today.
because the Tampa Bay, like really just kind of like
Yeah, it either goes
moves
north
it
of
out.
her
Yeah.
or it just whatever.
So yes, Western, it is devastating, Dick. I just can't even handle watching the amount of flooding and I guess, is it rivers or it just becomes a
I
river
don't
that
know.
used to be a highway that's just gone, wiped out, house is gone. I can't even fathom that.
See, and I think differently because I don't know. I feel like this is going to make me look like a bad person.
Yeah, I'm like, you shouldn't laugh about this. It's already.
It's not funny, but it's just how my brain works. Like I said, I can't help what I remember. So like my whole life, no matter what, I've made money. Like I'm not a cutthroat business guy. I will never screw anyone over or anything like that. But I've always made money. So when stuff like this happens and I see like these marinas with these multi-million-dollar boats and the boats are crashed up on shore, and I'm like, I wonder what you could get out of those. Like I bet you, I bet you looting goes on.
You don't really hear about it.
No, because who's there to record it? Nobody.
I mean,
that's just where my mind goes. I'm like, I wonder what.
Jack's dad is in South Carolina, no power at his place still. Yeah, that's hard too, because then it's so like it's still hot down there, and they don't have power and
right,
no food.
Well, you're asking about beer. I don't know what Maine beer is. I know that in Ohio I can get Yuengling, which we can't get in Michigan because, like I said earlier, Ohio doesn't like Michigan, so they won't sell us their beer. But you can buy it in other states now. It used to be only Ohio, but they boycotted Michigan. Like at the Michigan line, I think they have security stopping them from bringing it in.
Read that, Jack.
So hopefully, I don't know if you got. I'm not an IPA guy. I'm a Natty Ice, Hams.
He likes the Coors.
I got a Shorts Brewing here today, which is pretty good. That's like high end for me. I'm not an IPA guy, but if you got something down there that's like a light blonde or Jack is from Log Cabin Firewood. He's an IPA guy. Timon just checked in. We were talking about.
Well, he's been. I think he talked earlier, but we didn't see him.
Timon's usually the first one in, so I'm disappointed, Timon, that
you
you're
weren't
late
first.
to the show.
You weren't first today. Jason asked you some question. Oh, how much locusts you got left?
We've got everything split right now. And one of the guys I get my locust from, because we got a fair amount of locust on our property that I've been meaning to get to for years and I haven't. But there's a guy in this town to the south of us that he had, I want to say 80 or 90 locust trees in his yard when he bought his house. And over the years, they've been dying or he's been felling them. And his wife got sick of him doing firewood. And so me finding a Facebook ad for some locusts for sale that I went and bought turned into me getting his locust trees. When he cuts them down, I go help him buck them up and load them. And he just messaged me the other day. He's like, I got one tree down. If you want it, you can have it. It's probably one truckload. And I said, I want it, but I don't know when I can come get it. And I haven't heard back from him. So right now we got probably 1.5 cords only of locust that's bucked up and split, but nothing left on the ground. But that stuff, man, it stinks. But man, does it burn hot.
Yeah, it literally smells like urine.
Yeah, Rachel does not. What's your least favorite so far, the cottonwood or the locust?
Oh, the locust. The cottonwood doesn't smell like that.
The cottonwood just leaks water.
Gushes on you.
Yeah, and it's just slimy until it dries. But
yeah, because your hands get if you don't have rubber gloves, they get wet, right?
Yeah. At the end, though, the locust is way more worth it as far as firewood goes.
Willie's Firewood is up in Maine. I really want to go to Maine.
I would you don't even like seafood. I would want to go to Maine and get some seafood, and you don't eat seafood.
I don't like seafood. If there was, what if oak smelled like fish when you split it? That would be awful.
Joe from Joe Spring, or not Joe Spring, Ohio Woodburner hates the smell of oak.
Yeah,
I like the smell of oak.
Yeah, but what if there was a tree that smelled like rotten fish when you how does locust smell like urine? Well, you can't deny that that's what it smells like.
I'm gonna say that if it produced good heat, that people would still use it because
well, it doesn't smell like that after it's split.
I'm just saying
there's
other things that sometimes people say smell like fish and guys are not deterred. I'm just saying if it's quality at the end.
Very gross.
I'm just saying.
Oh, Jack will take me to Maine. That's about my only hope of going. Heath will never take me there.
Jack, enough already. You were tearing to castles and stuff. Enough of this.
I know. Making this guy look bad. He won't do anything.
Jeffrey from Mountaintop Outdoors, he shamed me into hanging Christmas lights after 15 years of marriage.
Honey locust sounds like it would not smell like urine, Jason.
I don't know if it does.
It's
I haven't noticed
sweet.
the smell of poplar, Buckin. Like, I like poplar in a campfire wood. I love it. It splits easy. It dries fast. It's got the popping when it's burning.
Pin oak. Oh, what's that smell like? I mean,
I like it. We're doing red oak. That 20 cord load I bought's red oak, and I like the smell of that.
And like
white
usually
oak
I
isn't
like
bad.
it. Like that's all part of the experience of splitting it. Is just the smell. It's nice and.
Shib, I know Shib's favorite wood is the sycamore. If you guys haven't watched him wrestle them big, huge sycamore, Shib, you talk about me almost dying chopping down that tree. Like when Shib was wrestling them sycamores, they were big and they were heavy. And they don't produce good firewood, and he battled those things.
Oh, yeah, Nova Scotia. I will continue on the path, Kenny. I'm not against it. I'm ready. I'm in my want to go traveling around and
we ain't there yet, girl.
I'm ready though.
You know what I realized the other day? I got one legal child left to my name out of 4.
You know what I realized? We are a force because we have 3 children who can vote in this election.
I don't know that it's going to help. I don't know that votes are going to be counted.
No, but we can,
Hold up, Jack. No, this is not. I'm not going to sign off on that.
He missed the dogs. There's no room for Rachel if you bring the dogs.
Well, and he's just eliminated me from the equation.
Because you said you're not going to go.
When did I say that?
Because there's no time, you said.
Well, I'm not going to let Jack take you. I ain't dumb.
Water oak. Water oak? How are there so many different?
Joe was here. We were talking about you earlier, Joe.
We were, Joe.
Go blue for sure. Timon just got here too. I think Joe was like, "Oh, Timon's on live. I'm going to jump in."
You know what's funny is in one of the last videos with that hyper split, I wore a Michigan t-shirt and then somebody commented like, "Go Lions, go blue," and he's reading the comments. He goes,
"What's that for?"
The heck's that about? I go, "I was wearing a Michigan shirt."
I don't pay attention to this stuff.
He's like, "Oh, that makes sense." He just thought somebody randomly was commenting, "Go blue, go Lions."
Kenny, congratulations on the new grandbaby. We're not there yet. We could be. Our kids are old enough to, but they have not done that for us yet. For us yet.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh.
See, we got to get out and do our traveling before the grandbabies hit because I'm not neglecting.
Well, the good thing is, like,
my grandbabies.
I am, like, with my career that I'm in, I am 5.5 years away from being able to retire. So we started our family young because, like, we got a 21-year-old, a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 15-year-old. So we started our family young.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be able to, when I can retire from my job, we're still young and we can still go do whatever we want. So watch out, YouTube world. We might just go start buying property and building log cabins from trees we cut down. We don't know what we're going to do. You know what I want? I've been seeing a lot of lately. The all-wheel drive, jacked up camper vans. Because you get me one of those, I can go do my hunting trips. I can go out west. I can go down to Ohio and to Missouri and to Iowa and do my hunting trips.
Is that like what Derek just shared? That
sort of.
But
like you give me one of those, I don't even need a house. Keep me my hunting cabin and my property so I have like a home base. Give me the all-wheel drive camper van. And I'm gonna be.
I've been
rolling.
watching those. If they have like a bathroom in it, I'm good. We'll be good.
They do have a bathroom.
I know.
They're Mercedes. They gotta have a bathroom.
I will. I've been watching a lot of like TikToks where they like convert things into. Then they have,
I would convert one, but I feel like I'd never finish it.
I wouldn't. I would not agree to you.
I would never finish it.
Even if it was for the channel, we'll make. A
I would go hunting in Maine for sure. You guys got the bears and the moose.
Moose.
I want a moose bad.
That sounds so bad. I just want to kill an animal.
I just want to murder innocent animals and eat them.
I just want to hang its head in my wall. I do.
Joe, we got it. You know what, Joe? So
what?
Joe from what?
Oh, sorry. Jack got banned from TikTok. Why? You're not supposed to put nudes on there, Jack.
We got a TikTok. Rachel has put 0 videos on. That was her job.
Okay, and Nathan made a TikTok and named himself Hardworking Man.
My son is pirating my channel. My own son.
I was like, what the heck? Who made this TikTok? Well, that was Nathan.
Oh, Shib, I can't wait for Bunyan either. But I was saying, what was I saying? I'm not good at reading these comments.
You were saying something to Joe.
No. Oh, yeah, Joe. So we were talking about the first collab I ever did when we came over to your place. And you just shared it recently. And I saw it on Facebook, but I was at work, so I wasn't allowed to comment on it. And I meant to later, but my brain fires off and I forget. But we need to get out there again and do another. We haven't been over to that side of the state much at all lately.
I was over there quite a bit.
Because my mom sold and bought a house and Rachel was a realtor. But I
wasn't there to hang out with anybody.
But on that note, how's the arm doing? I know you're still trying to figure that out.
You violated hate speech?
Oh, good job, Jack.
That's so weird.
And now you want to take my wife on a nationwide tour?
Someone must have flagged you. Who did you make mad? Do you go on there and comment to other people and then they found you and just reported you?
You're in Joe territory now. Joe gets banned from Facebook daily.
I am excited for Bunyan. Everybody's ready for Bunyan.
Glowing Firewood, New Jersey got banned from TikTok too. I feel like that's the thing. Who's labeling hate speech? Because if you say something certain people don't agree with, they call it hate speech.
Well, I think it's
people that say everyone has the right to believe, and think and live how they want, unless it's not what they think.
I think people make hate comments to me. It's not hate speech. It's just like bullying. It's
oh, that's
a trending word.
Joe's been battling. He says his hand feels like it was run over by a tank at the moment. Well, that's no fun. But do you have power? Joe loses power more than anybody.
Joe posted a very beautiful sunset.
Yeah, that sunset was nice.
That's my dream. I don't want to.
Joe lives at a nice property.
I'm ready to leave. Well, soon our house. We could downsize, but I'm not willing to just live anywhere. I say my dream is to get just a small cottagey house on a lake because I want to watch the sunrise or sunset, either one, preferably sunset, but that's what I want.
Jack, you better use a new IP address. I think they're going to track you. You need to get what's those things called when you have a fake IP address? VPN. See, my son's super smart. That was me.
VPN.
So get a VPN so they don't know it's you.
Are you bringing your wife, Jason? Are you going? Oh, you're coming down with Bert, so probably not.
Dude, Bunyan, I don't know. If you follow the Firewood and the Woodhounds, which we were talking about in our last podcast, the Woodhounds, that Dan created that term, and it's now a real term. It's in the dictionary. I looked it up the other day in Webster. Woodhounds is a thing. It is a lie. But Bunyan that's the show in my opinion. If you're in the YouTube community, not TikTok, because TikTok has kicked most of us out apparently. That's the show to be at. And knock on wood, the weather right now is looking pretty solid. The rain
looking like great weather.
The rain has been moving in and out of that weekend, and as of today, it's in the 70s or 80s, which is a bit warm for me, but no rain, which is key.
Yes.
Because we got stuck in New York at the New York State Woodsman Show last year.
Yes, that was not great. We had to huddle. Well, did we have to huddle under rain at Bunyan too? Or just at
I think so, but it was short periods.
It was, I don't know. Yeah, there was definitely bad weather that came through both. And it was really nice on Friday and then freezing cold on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because Jack was still wearing his shorts.
We did the hardworking man shirts, and we're when we give the shirts away, one thing we ask is that you wear them at the show. And it's hard to wear them at the show when it's 50 degrees out. But hey, cheers to Jack.
Cheers.
Just got our first super chat of the night. Appreciate that.
Jason says he has a road trip opportunity for me in May of 2025.
Oh, everyone now wants to take Rachel on road trips.
I know.
No, listen. I'm going to have to veto this right now. I will ban you if you try to steal my wife from me, because all she wants to do is travel the country. So
May 2025 is a little tricky because we have our son will be graduating
and
college.
because you can't just take my wife.
He didn't say he's taking me.
I'm just kidding.
And then I have to go bring our daughter back home.
See,
road
Jason
trip
at
from
least
Florida
invited me.
up. You
Jason
can come
invited
too.
me. Jack is like, no, just me, Rachel, and Taryn.
I say, have you watched?
What if it's me, Rachel, and Taryn, and not you, Jack? Sorry, Rachel, I'm over talking.
Well, the dog.
I'm gonna go deal with my dog.
If you hear her flipping,
Our wiener dog, when she gets mad and she gets hungry, she's a little fatty, and she'll flip her bowl incessantly until we put food in it or move it where she can't flip it.
She has flipped it so far that
We
I
can't
go in there
find
to
it.
give her food, and I have no idea where she is. She's like wedged
Did you feed
up.
her dinner yet?
No, I have not fed her yet. Oh yeah, Joe, I'm sure you wait to see if you're locked. We have another friend who's constantly in Facebook jail. Heath does not vacation well. He
Joe is
doesn't-
going to be at Bunyan, I think. Ask Joe if he's coming.
Joe,
to
are you
Bunyan.
coming to
I believe
Bunyan?
he is.
Heath thinks you are.
Because he went to
Because you went to the Hoosier,
Hoosier and he had a
and
good
you had-
time, and I think he's going to Bunyan this year.
Ah, I don't think he wants to trade with you, Jack. You can meet me in Sarnia. Hey, that is like 25 minutes from me, James. As long as the trucks aren't all backed up. I had to like drive on the shoulder of the road quite a ways the other day because we're close to the Canada border and the truckers, they just back up for hours, and we're trying to get into the town, and Zach had his doctor's appointment. If I had sat and waited in that line, I would have sat there for 2 hours. So we just had to do an illegal maneuver. But what are you going to do? There.
Who's in Sarnia?
James said he'll meet me in Sarnia.
Oh yeah, he's a Canadian.
Oh, watch yourself. We just ran all into this.
Yeah. Joe, thanks for the super chat. Gas money for Bunyan.
Might get us to the state line.
That might not get us out of our county with the current. Well, the prices have come down a little bit, oddly enough,
Okay,
coming
listen.
up to the election.
I'm going to tell y'all something, and I don't get any kickback, so maybe I should. But there is something called
Willie's Firewood is going to love this. He just made a video about it. I know what she's about to say.
Upside.
Yep.
Yeah, what is it? Upside. It's an app on my phone, and every time I'm going to get gas, I just click that, and it tells you what gas stations are near your location and what they're offering, what percentage off. And sometimes it's like 12 cents off a gallon. And then you just fill up your tank. And then it's like, what card did you pay with? You kind of save it on there. And then I just cashed in $50. They just give you the money. So I got 50 free bucks just for getting gas, which everybody has to get gas anyway. So
Willie's
sign
Firewood
up.
just saved $176 this month. Rachel's been trying to get me to do that for years.
I keep sending
And I
them the
think I
thing
put
because
the-
then because if I share it with you, then I get another reward,
Yeah, and I
and
put
you
it-
won't
but-
do it.
You got to go to the right gas station. You got to do this stuff. And I'm just like,
You do not have
Get
to go
my
to the right
gas,
one. It's just the one down
go,
the road.
whatever.
The BP on the corner works. Or when Megan and I went down to Florida, so I just pull it up, and then if it's there where we're getting off, it works. It's great. But if it's not, I don't worry about it.
So, okay. So hold on. There were some good comments here. So one, Ken and Danny are going to be there. And if you don't know who York Firewood is, check them out. They just did Hope for the second year, which blew up, and it's just going to keep getting bigger. And Danny is an absolute riot. Ken puts together a great show, and the Hope Firewood thing, it's like the Hoosier Firewood hysteria, but in a different part of the country. It's where everyone comes together and we split wood for a good cause. Like Hoosier Firewood with KNL, Mike from KNL
Indiana.
is in Indiana, and then the Hope is in. Is that Maine? It's somewhere over there.
Not me.
It's like 9 hours from us. That's why we haven't made it yet. But anyway, it's for a Hope, which is like a cancer recovery or housing center. I don't know exactly. I've watched it, but I don't remember all this stuff. But so check that out.
They split.
So that was awesome. The gas thing, Upside. There's a thing. All right, so this is mine. All right, while we're talking about
Jason
this.
uses one called Mud Flap.
Yes, I've never heard of Mud Flap, but you need to check out Open Roads. Let me see what it is a minute. So there is an RV.
It was in Pennsylvania.
No, this is everywhere.
No. Hope.
Hope. Oh, Pennsylvania. That's what I said. Pennsylvania.
Maine, Pennsylvania, same thing.
Carnes, good night. Let me see what this is. Right here. TSD EFS. TSD Logistics.
They can't see that.
I know, but I had to look at the card. I'm not sure. I'll figure out. I put it in videos before, but so basically, like when semi-truck drivers buy diesel and you see them at the pilots and at the TA truck stops and at the Loves, like, and it says diesel's $4 a gallon, they're not paying that. And with this TSD Logistics, you can literally buy diesel fuel. So like you get a map on your phone, which you can't really see that but so then you can zoom in on the gas stations in your area. So like right now at Loves, diesel is $4 a gallon. If you have this program, it's $3.30 a gallon. So 70 cents a gallon off. And they charge you like $1 and then like a small percentage of how much you save. But what's this? What's going on here?
Well, I think that Valhalla was not a genuine person.
All right.
Am I wrong, Jack? You're talking. Sounded like a spam bot.
All right. But anyway, so Open Roads is the app on my iPhone and TSD Logistics. But look into that. If you buy diesel, if you use any amount of diesel, you can go and buy the diesel at the price that the truck drivers are buying it for versus what normal people are buying it for. So check that out. And I don't get anything for this.
Hoosier was a 9-hour trip. They're all saying you're lame excuse for not going.
Or maybe it was more than 9 hours.
Probably not.
Well, there was stuff going on because I wanted to go. I was going to fly there.
The issue is we have children actively involved in sports on weekends, and
yeah, I'll go to as much stuff as I can.
I think
because
that
I looked
when
into
that
going.
there was a tournament going on, or you had to work, or
there
was
I
a
work
reason.
a lot. But
We
yeah,
like to go to
one year
everything
we'll
we
make
can.
it. We go to everything. We actually might go to, depending what's that, the Equip Expo for lawnmowers.
That's in October.
Yeah,
That's in
next
Kentucky.
weekend.
2 weeks after Bunyan.
Like I love going to this stuff. Shive, we do have, who said we need mods? Jack. We do.
Jack.
We have a mod. It's our son, and he's not helping.
It's me.
It's Rachel.
It's fine.
Jack, Hoosier's a blast. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of you guys are sissies because the only people camping were me and Rachel because there was a big thunderstorm coming. So everyone went to hotels.
It did.
It was
did
me and
pour.
Rachel and one other. Who was the other? Do you remember who camped next to us? They had a camper. We had a tent. Our tent's legit, though.
It is a good tent.
It was a straight up thunderstorm, like not a hurricane, but a thunderstorm. And didn't matter. Our tent, not one drip came through. It's a Kodiak canvas tent. I'm a tent camper. I've talked about this before. I don't like an RV or a fifth wheel because, like, our property we live on is beautiful. Well, if it was kept up, it would be more beautiful. But we have a beach and we have a pond and a high dive and we got woods and we got. So when you go camping in an RV or a camper, you're like 10 feet from the next guy. Like to me, why would I leave my property to go there?
It is a funny thing for us to like go camping because we live in like a haven where people would want to go to get away.
Like we could build a campground on our property and it would be one of the nicest ones ever.
We did go camping, just the two of us, in August.
Yeah.
Just down
the kids came for a minute.
They
and
came
they
for
were like, this is dumb. And they
an
left.
hour and a half. They fished. All of their lines got snagged. And they're like, can we just go home?
But I like camping in a tent because the tent spaces are normally more spread out and you got a little bit of your own space. And our tent's awesome. But at Hoosier, I want everyone to camp because 2 years ago, it was a little better weather. We still hit some rain, but there were more. Obi was camping and Dell was camping. And there was 5 or 6 of us
did
camping.
Did they stay in a hotel? I mean, it's
They
free.
camped.
That's the thing. It's free. No, I mean, this last year that we just
last year everyone stayed in the hotel except us and
that's
one
what
other
I'm saying.
person.
Like, you don't have to spend money. I mean, if you don't want to camp in a tent, then I guess you do. Oh, Ken's
Joe,
Cuts.
I don't think anyone has as many haters as you. Joe generates haters.
Ken's Cuts showed up. Hey, Ken, he wore your shirt in our
Ken,
last
if you haven't checked out
podcast.
our last podcast, check that out. I was rocking your shirt and gave you a shout out. Ken's Cuts has a new shirt out that he had at Hope, and
Fly to Hoosier.
Jack, bring a camper and make Taryn show up. She just took her dogs and left. She showed up for like a minute.
What did Tribe say, Jackson? That's what I was getting to too.
Rachel's our comment person. See, I get to cheat because like all these other, if you do a live, I can't read these comments. I'm a slow reader, but I got a Rachel. So Rachel's like a cheat code. What do they say? What were you looking for?
Oh, Shibe said make us mods you can do it during the live.
Oh, I'm not a computer guy.
I don't know. You definitely need more moderators. You have to have haters. Well,
Joe
I
has,
just don't
Joe,
want
did you ever get the Joe doll made?
I don't want the like sex trafficking people in there is the issue. I don't think I can make mod. You
Jack,
have
her
to
girlfriend could have camped there too. I remember they came with all the dogs.
Karen doesn't like wood. That's a problem, Jack.
She does. She must.
Close. How close are we to Sault Ste. Marie? We are like not
5 hours probably from here.
No, to the
Oh,
bridge.
for the Sioux, 6 hours. So I went to school at Lake State for a minute. That's in the Sioux. I loved it up there. But I went down to Central because my girlfriend was going there. And then I married her and made a bunch of kids with her.
Wait, someone said we should go hunting
Where?
we should figure out a hunting trip outside of the expo.
Oh.
Are you talking Ohio or Kentucky?
The expo's in Kentucky. I'd love to hunt in Kentucky. Kentucky, Tennessee, like all those
Joe
places.
says
down
we're
there.
3 hours from Sault Ste. Marie. Who's driving, Joe?
Joe, you ain't 3 hours from the Sioux in an airplane.
We aren't either. We are like almost directly
We're
east of you.
We're 45 minutes north of Detroit.
We both have to just go up to meet.
Will's here. Wolcott family works. He did all the cooking at Brad's fellowship at the furnace. I tagged this trailer with a hardworking man sticker. If you guys don't know what that's about, when I go, so I thought about, I didn't want to make people mad though, because everyone has their stickers. So like when we went to Brad's, I bring stickers and I stick them on stuff. Brad's probably still finding them because I had them on his flagpole on his splitters. So actually Mike from K&L at Hoosier, I tagged his log splitter and he found that, but I tagged his conveyor and he didn't find it for like 6 months. Like 6 months later, I get a text and he's like, "You sucker." Like he just found it. So like I'll tag my stickers. And I thought about and so Brad had the Ultra at his place and we tagged that. A couple of us did. And then Brad, peeled them all off because it wasn't his. But I thought about like when I go to these shows like Bunyan, when I go to like say the Wolf Ridge booth or wherever, just tagging them with the hardworking man sticker. But I don't want to make people mad. You don't know how everyone's going to take stuff. What are you doing?
Add as moderator.
Oh, Jack, you're a moderator now. Wait, do you want to be a managing or a standard? He's a standard. Rachel made you a standard moderator.
Manage blocked words.
I don't know.
We don't have any of that. Okay.
Jack's a moderator now. Jack, you just been hired. Our only moderator we've ever hired was Brad at our first live.
He just offered, and we're like, okay, there. You too, Shibe.
Shibe's a moderator too. There, now we got moderators. No more porn bots.
Jack's not gonna get off because he's interacting with them. He's like, "Good afternoon. I'm doing great, thank you."
Yeah, when you're talking about towing a camper, fuel, or a hotel, it's a wash these days. Like I don't know. I like camping in a tent. Get a tent.
Yeah.
Look at they're blue now because they're moderators.
I know, and that's so cute.
We're like official YouTubers now. We got our own moderators.
You can put Jason in there too. You never know who's going to be here or if we're ever going to do a live again. So.
Yeah, we will. We were doing them good for a while, and we've been so our podcast fell off, our lives fell off. Like I love doing these. I have a lot of fun. Bucking asks, "Are you in Tober Murray?" That's very where is that? That's very familiar. That's in Canada, I think. No,
I don't even. I need to read it. Where are you seeing this?
Right here.
Oh,
I feel like that's in Canada.
Tobermory? No, that is not.
Ken wants to be a moderator. Make Ken a moderator. I don't know how Ken. Rachel will. Ken
I
said he
never get
gets
to be a moderator.
You're gonna be a moderator now. Watch this.
What if this like gives them power? Don't do any weird stuff for our channel, guys.
Ken's a moderator now. We're just moderator makers.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I hope no one ever makes me a moderator because I won't know what to
Yeah,
do.
that's too much pressure. I don't want responsibility. It's like running Game Changer at the sports games. No, then I can't.
Jack, we can't camp at Bunyan. The hotel is where it's at.
That one guy has all those cabins that he offered for people, but it was a couple hours away.
Jim
Chandler.
But yeah,
What am I
the hotel at Bunyan, you can't. I love camping, but at Bunyan, the hotel is where it's at. Dan said that almost the entire hotel is going to be woodhounds this year. Like, we don't have to worry about, like, we had the firefighters there, and you always had the different groups, but like, because it's hard to get a room there. So as soon as it opens up, because it's not open when we leave in October, you have to wait
like
a few months,
2 months after,
before you can book. And so all the woodhounds know, like, you got to get in. And so, like, that place fills up. It's going to be it's going to be great. Every year it's going to get bigger.
No, we're over 4 hours away from Tobermory.
Yeah, it's in Canada though, right?
It
Tobermory.
is.
Yeah.
Ontario. I think it said. Yes.
Hold up. What's old guy Firewood talking about playing the TP game? I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Green Bay, Jason. Green Bay so the problem is we got this thing called Lake Michigan in the way. So Green Bay is probably
Yeah, there's a fire at Bunyan. They have fire pits in the back of the hotel.
We'll be out there Thursday night. Hold on, I'm gonna find out.
They had a burn ban. Oh.
No, but it's a gas fireplace.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's
it matters.
not real wood. They just
and rules we don't
click it on. I don't know how that would
I don't think rules
affect
apply
it.
to us. I'm the police.
Please, Heath is the biggest rule follower ever.
So
I'm the one who does whatever I feel like.
So Rachel got mad at me one time because
he made me stand out in the rain.
No, so I was being a gentleman. We were at Home Depot.
And
it was raining, way. So I went out and got the car to come pick her up. There was nobody there. The parking lot was almost empty, but there was arrows telling you where you could go. And so I followed the arrows around to come get her. And she's like,
he started coming almost to me, and then he saw the arrow on the road in a vacant parking lot, and he was like, whoop. Then he went all the way back around because he could not go the wrong way against the arrow. There was no one in sight.
That's why the arrows are there, so you follow them.
I was like, are you serious?
So now sometimes, like, if I roll through a stop sign or go the wrong way against an arrow, I'm like, you like a bad boy, huh? So I have to point out that I'm being bad so she knows. But Green Bay is about 8 hours from us, whether we go north through the UP or south through Chicago. And I'd go through the
There
UP.
is a ferry, though. I think it's by Muskegon that'll cut you right over.
Yeah, I never rode on it. She did.
I did when I was a teenager, and I got so seasick.
Good night, Kenny. Kenny's taking off.
Bye, Kenny.
I don't know if Jack's taking off or saying goodbye to Kenny. He's just waving at everybody. You can't leave, Jack. You're a moderator.
Have a good week. Yeah, that's what I do. Brad's never moderated since that.
Oh yeah, because our first live stream was like 2 hours, and then him and Andrew beat it finally. Like, we set a record we didn't even know, and then when Brad had Andrew on, they beat our record. And actually, I think the record is probably going to be maybe forever owned by Iron and Oak.
Oh, because they were driving.
They did like an 8 or 9 hour live.
I always think to do live when we're driving,
but you don't know if the signal's going to hold out.
Right.
Oh, Nebraska Woodster's checking in. How's it going out there? I know you've been busy. It's hard to keep up with all the channels. Like, I try to watch as much as I can.
Ken wants to know if he should kick Jack out.
Well, I don't know if moderators can kick each other out. Keep an eye on him, Ken, because sometimes Jack gets a little squirrely.
That's so funny.
Oh, Jack, do you work mids? Like, because I actually worked last night, midnight till noon today. And then I slept for a couple hours and got up and did a firewood delivery, and then came home and ate dinner. And then I asked Rachel, because she had an open house today, And I was like, hey, are you going to come down? And she's like, yeah, we got a live tonight. But I didn't even know what day it is because we talked about that earlier. I don't ever know what day it is. I don't know what I don't know. When you work, I work a lot of midnight shifts. Like I work all different shifts, but when I work midnights, like you don't know. And then on my days off, you got to try to go back to being a normal human where you sleep at night. Like, so I don't know. Jack's saying he worked last night.
What's
and I has to go in the morning. Sleep isn't adjusted.
Sometimes, LOL, what'd you say? Sometimes he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's all the time. You're right.
No, sometimes I don't.
Outdoors with Eric. Who is the star on this channel?
Rachel.
The hardworking man, of course.
No, it's not. It's Rachel. I'm just here. I'm just the sidekick.
Oh, please. You don't ever even let me talk.
Yeah, because I got to limit you. Because if you're limited, then people want more. If they just had full on Rachel, then they would get sick of you.
That's facts. Restrictions from his surgery. Off restrictions. Well, that's good.
Good luck getting caught up. I've been trying for years and I haven't even had surgery.
I work Monday, Thursday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then weekend night, 6 p.m. to whenever.
Yeah. I don't like you work a tough schedule like I do. Like it's not easy being a normal human, but we're machines. I mean, I guess they don't build everyone like us for a reason.
He says he calls himself a machine.
No, you call me the machine.
I do never.
You do. You call me La Machina. I
call you lots of things. The machine is not it.
I'm pretty sure you call me the machine. Jack, I don't even like coffee. I've been trying to quit drinking energy drinks. My new rule with energy drinks, because I know we're all going to die, but I don't want to die just yet. And I know those things are bad for you. So I switch. I'm like, if I'm at work and I'm tired, whatever. But on my days off, I need to get stuff done. So my new rule is I only drink energy drinks on my days ooff. And I don't even know that they help me.
He just likes to, you know what it is? It's because
they are the devil.
He likes to steal mine.
Yeah, Rachel, because I'm trying to help her.
He doesn't want me to have anything to my own or to have anything
good. I know, because I know they're bad for you, so I try to drink them so you don't have to.
Buy the ones that I like to drink, and then I go to get one, and there aren't any because this guy's like, oh, yeah, I drank it.
Ken, what are you doing in Texas?
Intentionally.
It's coffee. I try to drink coffee because I know it's probably better for you than energy drinks, but, man, they're just...
Oh, I don't like bangs. Bangs hurt my stomach. I'm currently on an Alani kick.
You know what I like, even though I don't work out, is pre-workouts. Pre-workouts they make your face tingle.
You like that bucked up stuff.
Bucked up pre-workouts.
That hurts my stomach too.
I like that stuff. Like if I'm not, I guess I can run and I can get, I'm getting older.
In a while.
When I was younger, I could go from not running to in a week, I could go run 7 miles, and I probably can't do that anymore. But if I drink some C4, which is C4 bucked up, one of them pre-workouts, I can run for days, but probably probably not anymore. But
it does make you tingly.
And I don't know what it is in there, but I like it. I always tell people at work, I'm like, I like the bucked up because they're like, oh, I don't like it. It makes my face tingle. I'm like, yeah, it's like when I do meth.
James Payton doesn't drink coffee, or you just go straight to cocaine.
Cocaine's a powerful drug. C4 is dangerous. So all that stuff is, man. I feel like, I don't know.
Listen, my Alanis have all my B vitamins.
They're pure chemicals. They're pure, just the devil, like Jack said.
It's full of B vitamins.
No,
and not the kind from the sewage. That's the good, legit B vitamins.
Dean, good night.
Caffeine.
Dean will be there. Dean, I'm excited that I've never met you in person. I don't believe. If I have, I apologize for forgetting. But Dean's another Michigan guy outside of Michigan.
Sure
another veteran, fellow, I believe, retired law enforcement. I don't think we have met him, but he's going to be at Bunyan on Thursday.
I feel like we've met you, Dean.
I think next year.
If we're wrong.
Next year, Bunyan's going to probably start Wednesday. Maybe we'll start it on Wednesday.
No, I do not want that many days in a hotel. I do not like staying more than 2 nights in a hotel.
Hold up.
What?
Shive just said later, Dean, have fun with the 916. Did Dean get a new splitter that I missed?
He must have.
If he got a 916, he's going to love it because I know he's coming. He was running a boxer before, and he added a dump trailer, and he's got the property, and I know he's been working a lot on hunting season. But if he had it at a 916, I haven't seen that yet. I need to catch up.
21 years so I can play with the Bolivian marching power again.
Oh yeah, Jack. I never plan on playing with that, but I know you were in a rock band before, so maybe you've had some experience. But yeah, I'm lucky. I don't have that long to retire. That's one of the big perks about my job is the early retirement. Because like my dad worked till he was 70 something, and he was my dad never stopped moving, but he's 72.
72. So don't say 70.
Well, he just retired like 2 years ago.
No, it was more than that.
3 years ago, whatever. But my dad was like me. He never stopped moving. In the last few years, he's slowed down a bit. So I want time to do what I do without having to go to work all the time.
Yeah. See, I don't drink coffee for the caffeine. I also don't drink the energy drink for the caffeine. I drink it for the experience.
That's what addicts say.
No, because my coffee has to be very specific, or I just don't want it. Like one of the things I don't like about being at a hotel is the fact that I don't have my morning coffee. It's no other place is good. Like at Bunyan,
Is it the coffee or is it the cup? Rachel's very fussy about her cup.
All of it. It's the experience.
She has, what do you got, about 4,000 or 5,000 Ray Dunn mugs?
Yes.
They all have different sayings on them.
Approximately.
And so they'll change her mood. So like I'm not dumb. I mean, people might not think I'm smart.
My mood dictates.
So I used to make her coffee in the morning until she told me that you suck at making coffee and I would rather just make my own. But so when I would make her coffee and bring it up to her, I would look at that mug and be like, what Rachel do I want today? Do I want fiery Rachel? Do I want nice Rachel? Do I want loving Rachel? Do I want, I ain't gonna put up with your shit, Rachel?
See,
I would look at that mug and I'd be like digging through them, like, what's Rachel do? Because she'd look at that and like that would set her tone for the day. So you got to be careful.
Yes, but it's the experience. Like I won't drink coffee just at any random restaurant because their mugs are trash and I don't like the things that I have to put into it. I like my creamer that I use. I like my coffee that I brew. So that's hard for me. It's the experience. It's not just about caffeine, or I would just drink anything randomly to have the caffeine.
Shibe, when are you getting to the hotel? Shibe said he might go live when he gets to the hotel. I think because we're getting there Thursday. What if we scheduled a live?
I should bring my own mug.
Like, what if we schedule a live for like the
Thursday night?
Yeah, Backdoor Dan. We can have Nope. Not with the current Diddy news out there.
Not playing that game.
Oh, Shibe's getting there Friday. Okay. What I'm the star of Hardworking Man, guy. You know this. No, I'm thinking
yes, we know where Mount Pleasant is, Joe. That's where we went to college at.
What if I maybe we'll do a Thursday. Dick, OG.
Bill's going to be there about 3 p.m. on Thursday.
Is Dick still here, old guy Firewood?
Yeah.
Have you done a live? I think maybe Dick should do a live Thursday night when we get there. And whoever's going to be there. I know Dean's going to be there. Jason's going to be there, right? Thursday. Why doesn't old guy Firewood go live Thursday night?
Jack, Jason, Bert.
Out at the fire pit.
Yeah.
Dick, I challenge you.
I need instructions. Hey.
We'll be there to help you.
You want me to bring our ring light?
Dick, I think we should schedule a old guy Firewood live on Thursday night out at the fire pit. I think that would be awesome.
You can do that. You do it.
We're doing it. So now we have to get there at a certain time, right?
Well, I'm not planning on that. It's just a matter of that appointment. You need to, so people know, or you can just do impromptu. I mean, you can just pop on if you feel like it.
Do we have Dick's text?
Text Heath if you have his number, Dick.
I don't know if I'm not good at getting people's numbers. But Dick, get a hold of us. Rachel will show you how to schedule a live. She'll teach you how to schedule a live. And we'll set a time for Thursday night, and it's going to be the first Old Guy Firewood live, and Rachel will help you, and it's going to be awesome. And whoever's there at the hotel, we're going to do a Thursday night Old Guy Firewood live. It's going to be great. I think this is going to be fun. Dick, you're gonna have to hold off on don't be a handle in when we get there.
Well, yeah. Does he need like a?
No, the phone can work.
We should bring our ring light and a power pack, because then the phone can hook up there.
But
Yeah.
backdoor Dan
See?
and Dick in the house. That was I use wrong words sometimes. Like the one time when I said I wanted the thing Michael Jackson used to get to sleep.
Yeah.
I meant the
drug.
The drug. The
Not
drug
the
that puts you
children.
out, not the yeah. Oh yeah, we got Dick. I don't know why.
See?
I got him in my phone.
And yeah.
Yeah, see, I told you I don't remember a lot of stuff. So
We're just-
yeah.
Well.
So Rachel's gonna get a hold of you, Dick, and help you schedule that live, and we're going live on Old Guy Firewood. Well, old Dick's going live on Old Guy Firewood Thursday night, pre-Bunyan. It's gonna be the behind the scenes.
You didn't think, what if you win the Ultra? How are you going to tow it back?
What are we driving?
Probably my car, no?
I'll put a hitch on that bad boy.
That's a. Ken wants to know if he wins the Ultra, can you tow it back?
I don't know. I feel like
I'm
I'm
sure
gonna know
someone will
somebody.
get it to
I'll
you.
come get my truck if I win that thing. I'll put it on the roof.
Well,
That'll make a good video. I've actually watched a guy put a log splitter on
bet
the roof of his car and it
Jason
crushed
and
it.
Bert can tow it back, and then they can come see us.
Yeah.
Oh, Angelina Jolie. Oh,
What happened?
no one told me I ever looked like her before.
No, who'd you get?
What? Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
That was when I was
They
younger.
thought it was her at the grocery store. They're like, Jessica, will you sign this?
I was much younger and thinner.
People always think I'm Rachel's dad. I would love if I won the Ultra. That would be hilarious.
See, James will take it home. You gonna take it to your home, James, or are you gonna?
Ken, are you driving the Subaru? I used to have a Subaru, and I didn't get as much.
He bought a Subaru when he was.
I was in Southern California.
Southern California.
And I flew down there for work, and I bought a Subaru, and I drove it for 3 months, and then I drove it home. And then Rachel and the kids made fun of me, but not as much fun of me as they made when I had my Honda Civic. They made a lot of fun of me when I had that.
It was like the Fast and the Furious is what it felt like.
Buckin Firewood said he's seen a lot of sketchy things when he used to deliver blinds to go in Michigan.
Mm.
I think I should win that Ultra. Who doesn't want to see another splitter on Hardworking
I
Man?
know. He doesn't have near enough splitters as is. What are you going up for?
I was moving the mouse. I couldn't read that comment.
Oh, okay. That's where.
Jack wants the Ultra. I want the Ultra because I've been talking about Ultra ever since I ran the one at Joe's because that thing is fast and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And that Ultra will dust that box store splitter we just got. Even though for a box store splitter, that one we just got, it's pretty nice. It doesn't hit the time that it states right yet, but we haven't broke it in yet. I haven't put a tack on it yet, so I don't know that the engine's running at the correct RPMs. Shibe, if he wins the Ultra, he'll give it away. Shibe, if we win the Ultra, we'll also give it away, but after we make some videos with it. And we're going to give it away to someone with a good cause.
Does Jenon have a?
I want to give away. Jenon has an Ultra.
I thought he had the 1222.
Yeah, he has an Ultra
Oh, he has
too.
both?
Yeah. I love giving stuff away. And I wanted, so actually with Andrew giving that Ultra away for Eastern Loggers, like I wanted to do something like that. And I looked into legally doing a raffle. It was going to cost me like $6,000 or $7,000 to get set up to do a legal raffle where people can't turn you in for. And I was like, I still am going to do it one day. And I had the idea like a year ago. I have a lot of ideas that I never come through on, but I'm going to do that someday. I want to be to where I love giving stuff away. I love helping other people. And I love when you can combine the two. So if anyone out there that's watching right now was a multimillionaire and you want to watch me just give away your stuff, hit me up. Jack's buying 15 tickets, 3 for $20. I'll match you on that, Jack, because it's going to a good cause anyways. So I'm going to buy 15 too, maybe 16, just to have an edge on you. And then I'm going to have Taryn come run that splitter. Taryn and Rachel are going to come run the Ultra on Hardworking Man. And then I'm going to take them on vacation across the world. And you're not coming because you tried to eliminate me from the show. Dixon for 15. I want this to be, it would be cool if they could see, I don't know if it will, see Taryn would hang out with us. I think that would be awesome. But I think that if they could show at the end like what that raffle brought in for the Eastern Loggers, because that's a good cause. And I believe I don't donate to charities much because a lot of charities, 90+% of the money goes to the people running it, which is just a scam to get tax-free money. But that one I believe is probably more legit. I believe that helps people that need the help.
We don't want your Power King, Ken. You can keep that.
Ken, we got rid of our Power King.
Thank you for the offer.
But Ken's Power King does better than ours did.
Ours did great. It just was
Ken ran his down at a lower RPM, which was smart. And I feel like there was something wrong with ours because it was supposed to be a 22 ton, and I'd have been surprised if it was 5.
Shibe's gonna buy 20 then. Yeah.
Yeah, Shibe. So we were out to dinner with Shibe, and he kept giving the waitresses huge tips. Where that was at Hoosier.
That was one of the
That was a blast
night.
So anyone who does so after Hoosier Firewood Hysteria.
Who on here was at dinner at the Texas Roadhouse after?
Shibe was there.
Your cousin. Shibe's
his cousin.
Chris and Tony.
Chris and Tony were there, but they're not here tonight. Who else was there?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to. I think Obi was there.
Obi was there.
I don't remember.
There was a few other people there, but we went out to dinner, and
there wasn't enough room for everyone.
I was a bit loud at dinner.
So then Heath was like, "Here, just take this table." I'm
hold on. So we got there and we had a big table, and it was us, and it was Chris, and it was
we had a reservation for 9, but then there was
so we got to our table and we ordered our drinks, and we were getting ready to order food and eating the rolls and whatever. And the table behind us, the lady got real mad because I was probably being a bit loud. And in the middle of eating, they were halfway through eating their dinner, and they all got up and left and took their plates and went to a different table. So then I was like, oh my goodness. So that waitress was a different waitress than our table. And then Shibe got there with his cousin a little bit late, and they didn't have a table, and there was an open table. So I said, just sit there. And then they ended up getting out of the table and moved to a different one. But anyway, the waitress that her people were mad at her for us being there, I was like, blah, blah, blah. Did they give you a good tip? And she's like, no, and whatever. So I was like, Shibe, give me $20. And so Shibe gives me $20 and I give it to her. And then our waitress was like, hey, I got a brand new baby. And I'm like, Shibe, give me $20. And so I'm just taking Shibe's money and just redistributing it to all these waitresses. So then all the waitresses start coming over.
Well, and Shibe's like, why do I have to keep paying?
Because he was. And then he left. Wasn't it Shibe left his phone? And I went around the whole restaurant taking pictures of people's faces with their mouths open. And Chris from In the Woodyard came with me. And because at first it was just our table. And then I'm
Jeremiah and Amanda and somebody else was like,
they were at another table. So we went there and just took his phone. Because if a phone is locked, you can usually still open the camera. So we were putting all these pictures in Shibe's phone. It was a lot of fun.
Heath is dangerous.
People didn't know I had a personality until they hang out with me and I have a few drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I'm really fun.
He still has those pictures.
There was some random women that we got pictures of in there.
Just random
and they just jumped right in. They're like,
See, you make fun of me. You're like, Rachel likes to check IDs. And here you are taking pictures down people's throats in a public restaurant.
Do you remember year 1 at Hoosier when Rachel pulled your ID out of your wallet?
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Not at Hoosier.
Not Hoosier, at Bunyan. Our first year at Bunyan. We were out at the fireplace.
Second year.
Was it second? No, it was first year.
No.
It was us. Yes, it was us. Shibe, Dude Ranch, Jake and Chris.
That was their very first year?
Yes, the very first year. We were out there at the fire. Everyone else was in bed. And, Shibe remembers. Rachel's like, how old are you? Let me see your ID. And she's checking. She don't believe it. She checked Jake and Chris.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Chris was born the year I graduated high school. Yeah. I was like, nope. I had to check it. I didn't tell him that, though. Now he knows if he watches this.
Oh yeah, Todd's here. Todd's not going to make it to
Did
Bunyan
he
this
get a
year.
picture of your mouth, Todd?
I did, I'm sure, and I got the
Probably.
women at the table next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, how's it going with the kids gone at school? He's an empty nester now, I believe, right? You just had the twins. Deer season's coming as why am I blanking? Evan. Is Evan coming back for deer season at all?
Probably not. That's a pretty far
It's deer season though.
track. Yeah, but Joe's only 2 hours away. I don't know if he's coming.
He will.
I've made new friends in a euchre game.
Oh, geez. We were talking about euchre in our last podcast.
Didn't we get a video of you trying to do pull-ups in that doorway and you fell?
No, I don't know. I got a video.
Yes.
I got a video on my phone of Shibe with a pin trying to pierce himself. I should make a short out of that.
Button. Was it a button?
Probably a freaking Jeep button.
I can't. That hurts me. Oh, he was home this weekend for a wedding. Wow.
Yeah, I did I can do for whatever stupid reason, I can do straight leg pull-ups where.
But then you fell down.
Well, because I was doing them on a half-inch door jam, so I was just using my fingertips, and I had a couple of beverages. But for some reason, I can do pull-ups with my legs straight
it's not
out.
that far, then.
And I can do, well, back in the day, I could do 7, 8, 9 of them. Now I'm probably down to about 5 or so.
Who recorded that? Is it on your phone?
I don't know. Remember, you got yelled at because Ken and Danny. So if you guys don't know Ken and Danny, so Danny is awesome. And he was drinking a beer. And I remember somebody told Ken, they're like, Ken, Danny's drinking a beer.
Well, that was the first time that we've all really seen Danny drinking, and no one knew if he should be or not.
Right. And so someone told Ken, they're like, Danny's drinking a beer. And he's like, yeah, he's however old. And so then later, Brad brings his Eagle Rare. And so they gave Danny a shot of Eagle Rare.
They gave everybody shots,
and
but Danny got one.
I think me and Danny, was it me, Danny, and Shibe?
Oh, he'll prove it, fucking. Don't worry.
We all did we were taking the Eagle Rare, and Brad was supposed to be videoing it. And Brad did the old man thing where he brought up his camera and then he hit record. And then when we started taking the shot, he unrecorded. And so he missed the whole thing, but it was awesome. Danny took that shot and he just goes.
He went to go, woo!
He went, woo! It was the greatest.
They all wooed with Shibe.
Well, that was at Boonville? No,
I feel like I remember being at the Bunyan Hotel. I don't know. It was during a live stream.
What is Ken saying, really? I'm lost here. Danny with the Eagle Rare. Oh, yeah, maybe Ken didn't know Danny had the Eagle Rare.
You didn't know the story, Ken?
It was great, and Brad missed the video because Danny loved it. And he dropped like 10 octaves in his voice.
He was not expecting that.
Oh, yeah, Danny gets the ladies. He
flexes up on us.
He flexes. So Danny loves Rachel.
As soon as he sees me,
he loves like, Amanda.
And then he flexes for me.
My boys love Danny. Danny's awesome. Danny dancing down at Brad's. Grease Lightning. It's a lot of fun.
That was at Bunyan. Bill said that was at Bunyan.
Yeah, that was at Bunyan. Yeah, James. James knows the dancing.
James.
I'm actually not a bad dancer in my own right. If Vanilla Ice comes on, Ice Ice Baby.
Not a bad dancer. I don't know that I've ever seen you dance. I think
I
challenge you to dance.
I don't dance really. I'll do pull-ups and fall on my butt. Oh. Dude, he is a beast. Danny is a dancing machine at Brad's.
Oh, a dancing.
Oh, dancing, yeah. Yeah, he was. That was bad weather. That's the problem when
that was bad weather.
The hard thing when you do these Firewood events, you never know what you're going to get for weather because you have to schedule them, you have to book them out, and you just hope and keep your fingers crossed. Because, like we said at Hoosier, we hit thunderstorms, but they were light. They weren't light this year, but they were short.
Oh yeah, it did rain during the middle of Hoosier. We just had to duck under the barns and
we were in there for about a half hour, 45 minutes. The weather did cause COVID. People have said I'm a super spreader. Was that at Brad's?
Yes, because you were sick.
Super. I was building your guys' immunity. You're welcome. You've probably not gotten bad COVID since.
Oh yeah, that was you were really sick.
I've been working with a
leading
guy
up to
lately that's been sick, and I told him, I'm like, I'm not getting in a car with you. Like, I am not going to Bunyan sick. I refuse.
Mm-hmm.
Because you ain't keeping me from Bunyan, and I'll super spread if I have to.
You heard it here, folks. Nobody wanted to go near you at Brad's. They're all like, "You're fine over there. I'm not even going to shake your hand or
die.
anything."
I've never died from a sickness, or I wouldn't be here.
Yes. All right. Well, I have a busy day tomorrow, so I'm going to sign off.
Yeah, we're down to what, 50-some people? But hey, hopefully it's not like a year before we do our next live. And we're going to do the live, I think, Thursday night. I think it's on with Dick, Old Guy Firewood, next.
He told
Is
you
it this
to
coming Thursday? It
Yeah,
is.
it's in like 4 days.
Yeah. So don't miss it. Old Guy Firewood's first ever live from Bunyan before Dan's Back 40 live.
Yes, Thursday night. See, Joe Gilbert didn't care. He was riding the bus. He drove you. He wasn't scared.
Yeah, he ain't scared. Joe's not scared. These people shouldn't be scared. Now, you guys can all thank me because if COVID's out at Bunyan, you probably won't get it.
Oh, enjoyed it, guys. I'll be in on Friday. Haha. You can't be scared.
Yeah. Well, you better give us your login
Give
then,
us your
because we're
phone.
going
We're
live on
logging
your
in.
account.
We're logging in.
Shide's not going to be there till Friday. Todd's not going to make it. Ted's going to be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time.
Don't tell Dan about the pre-show. What the?
I think we should. I think I won't talk about it on here because if Dan watches the rerun, he'll know. Joe, get better. And
yes.
Who's coming with
I'm
you?
I'm sad you're not going to be there, Joe. It would be.
I thought you said Joe was going to be there.
No, he's not. He's
I
too
thought
sick.
he was.
He hurts too bad.
Oh yeah. Dang it.
Yeah.
We'll get better.
You'll be
you can make it
missed.
next year. And get on the live Thursday night on Old Guy Firewood.
Oh yeah, the Yacta's holding up awesome.
That thing's a monster.
We got
Rachel's
another
gonna
video
mow down
coming
her flower garden, weed garden with it.
Yeah, we love it.
The Yacta's awesome. Those guys, like the company itself, I think is awesome. I like Andrew is one of a kind in my opinion for a business owner. But how Yacta, from what I've seen so far on a limited basis, how Yacta is going to run their customer support and stuff, I think they're going to be up there with a well-run business.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, guys, thank you for tuning in. We had fun, and we will see you at Bunyan
Thursday
if you're coming.
On Old Guy
And we'll be
Firewood's
there
first ever
live stream on Thursday night. We sold a few more from the shop. Good.
Tyler, let us know where you're at. Shoot us an email or something at hardworkingmanoutdoors@gmail.com and let us know where you're at. Because if you are a Yacta dealer, people ask us all the time where they can get them. So let us know your state and location, and we'll put that out there for you. Because I do think that's a great, like they're brand new, so people don't know, and they're like, oh, but do they have a dealer network? Oh, Michael. Oh, that's you. We were there.
Sorry, Tyler. He doesn't ever know. I was like, that's literally who we went to.
Rachel knows this stuff. I forget. I remember now, Tyler. So, but yeah, we'll put that out there more. So hopefully, I think it's going to be a good company. I think it's going to be good.
He didn't even know we were doing a live stream tonight. He didn't know it was even Sunday night. So we just do our best over here.
So see everybody Thursday night, and we'll be, hopefully Dick lets us be on his live stream.
Happy birthday to your son, Tim. Ours just turned 21 in May. So fun.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.